Adeline slammed the door of her childhood bedroom, her heart pounding like a drum in her chest. The acceptance letter from the exclusive skate camp trembled in her hand, but the fine print burned into her mind. Dedicated to empowering young LGBTQ+ women in extreme sports. She wasn't gay, not even close, but the lie had slipped out so easily on the application. Desperate to escape her suffocating small-town life in rural Ohio for a summer in vibrant Los Angeles. What harm could it do? It was just a white lie to chase her dream of shredding rails with the pros. She collapsed onto her bed, staring at the ceiling fan whirring lazily above. Why did it feel so wrong? Her parents downstairs were probably beaming with pride, thinking their straight-A daughter had scored a scholarship based on merit alone. But merit wasn't enough. The camp was selective, prioritizing diversity in the community it served. Adeline's mind raced. Images of her conservative father preaching about traditional values at Sunday dinner, her mother nodding along while hiding her own quiet dissatisfaction with their mundane existence. If they knew, they'd disown her, not for being gay, but for the deception. Integrity is everything, her father always said. Yet here she was, forging a path built on sand. The next morning, as she packed her skateboard and duffel bag, doubt gnawed at her insides. What if someone at camp figured her out? Called her a fraud? The thought made her stomach twist. But the allure of freedom outweighed the guilt. LA called to her like a siren song, beaches, street art. A world where she could reinvent herself without the weight of expectations. She hugged her parents goodbye, forcing a smile. "I'll make you proud," she promised, the words tasting bitter on her tongue. Arriving at the camp, the energy hit her like a wave. Girls from all over the country milled about, laughing, high-fiving, their pride flags fluttering in the breeze. Adeline felt like an imposter, her straight identity a secret badge of shame. That's when she met Haley. Tall, with a confident stride and a smirk that could melt ice. Haley glided over on her board, stopping inches from Adeline's feet. "Newbie, I'm Haley. From Seattle. You look like you could use a tour." Her voice was smooth, laced with an effortless charm that made Adeline's cheeks flush unexpectedly. They spent the first day together, Haley showing her the ropes, literally, as they practiced tricks on the halfpipe. Haley's laughter echoed in Adeline's ears, a sound that felt both foreign and intoxicating. "So what's your story?" Haley asked during lunch, her blue eyes piercing. Adeline hesitated, then recited the fabricated tale, questioning her sexuality in high school, coming out to friends but not family yet. It flowed out rehearsed, but Haley nodded empathetically. "Takes guts. My folks kicked me out when I told them at 16. Been on my own since." The raw honesty in Haley's words struck Adeline like a punch. Here was someone who'd paid dearly for her truth, while Adeline toyed with lies for convenience. As days blurred into weeks, the camp's workshops delved deep. Sessions on identity, resilience against societal backlash. Adeline sat through them, absorbing stories of discrimination, heartbreak, and triumph. One evening during a bonfire circle, a girl shared her suicide attempt after being outed. The group hugged, tears flowing freely. Adeline felt a crack in her facade. Was she trivializing their struggles? Her inner voice screamed yes, but another whisper emerged. Maybe this wasn't just a lie. Late-night talks with Haley stirred something unfamiliar. A warmth in her chest when their hands brushed, a flutter when Haley's gaze lingered. One night after lights out, Haley snuck into Adeline's bunk. "Can't sleep," she whispered. They talked for hours, Haley opening up about her abusive home, the freedom she found in skating and loving women unapologetically. Adeline shared fragments of her real self, her dreams of becoming a pro skater, the pressure from her perfect family illusion. For the first time she felt seen, not as the dutiful daughter but as Adeline. As dawn broke, Haley leaned in, their foreheads touching. "You're special," she murmured. Adeline's heart raced, not from fear, but from a spark she couldn't name. The lie began to blur. Practices turned into dates, stolen moments at the skate park, sharing earbuds with indie playlists. Haley's touch, innocent at first, sent shivers down Adeline's spine. Was this attraction real or just immersion in the role? She pushed the thought away, focusing on the thrill. But guilt festered. What if Haley discovered the truth? The betrayal would destroy her. Adeline's journal entries grew frantic. "Am I faking this too? Or is this who I've always been?" buried under expectations. By midsummer, the camp hosted a pride parade simulation. Adeline marched with Haley, rainbow paint on their cheeks. Chants of empowerment filled the air, but inside Adeline waged war. Her phone buzzed with texts from home, innocent check-ins that felt like accusations. "Miss you, sweetie. Stay true to yourself." Her mother's words twisted the knife. True to herself? She didn't know who that was anymore. A confrontation loomed when another camper, suspicious of Adeline's vague backstory, cornered her. "You don't seem like you've been through the ringer. What's your deal?" Adeline deflected, but the seed of doubt spread. That night she confessed to Haley. Not the lie, but her confusion. "I don't know if I'm really this." Haley held her. "It's okay to question. That's part of it." Relief washed over Adeline, but the deception lingered like a shadow. As the camp neared its end, Adeline faced a choice. Come clean or let the lie define her. Returning home meant resuming her straight life, but the thought of leaving Haley behind ached. In a quiet moment, Haley kissed her cheek. "Come visit me in Seattle." Adeline nodded, her world tilting. The lie had opened doors, but now it trapped her in a web of her own making. Back in Ohio, the summer's glow faded like a dream. Adeline unpacked her bag, the pride bracelet from Haley hidden in her sock drawer. Her parents welcomed her with open arms, oblivious to the storm brewing inside. "Tell us everything," her mother exclaimed over dinner. Adeline spun tales of tricks learned, friendships forged, omitting the parts that would shatter their worldview. Her father nodded approvingly. "Good to see you focusing on sports, not boys." The irony burned. Nights were the worst. Alone in her room, Adeline replayed memories of Haley. The way her laugh cut through the noise, the intensity in her eyes during deep conversations. Texts flew between them. "Miss you already. Can't wait to see you." But doubt crept in. Was this genuine? Or had the camp's environment manipulated her feelings? She scoured online forums, reading about situational sexuality, questioning if immersion could awaken dormant truths. Her inner monologue raged. "You're not gay. This is just a phase. But why does it feel so right?" College loomed in the fall, Ohio State, close to home as her parents insisted. Family first, they said. But Adeline's heart pulled west. She applied secretly to a community college in Seattle, fabricating reasons about better skate programs. The acceptance came, and with it a plan. Tell her parents it was a short-term exchange. Another lie stacking like Jenga blocks. Haley's calls became lifelines. "When are you coming?" she'd ask, voice laced with longing. Adeline promised soon, but fear paralyzed her. What if her feelings faded outside the camp bubble? Or worse, intensified, forcing her to confront an identity that clashed with everything she'd known. Her conservative upbringing echoed in her mind, sermons on natural order, friends' casual slurs against those people. Internalized shame whispered she was broken. The breaking point came during a family gathering. Her uncle, beer in hand, ranted about the gay agenda ruining America. Laughter rippled around the table. Adeline's fists clenched under the cloth. "It's not like that," she muttered. Heads turned. "What do you mean?" her father pressed. She backpedaled, claiming camp had shown her the humanity in everyone. But the seed was planted, suspicion in her parents' eyes. Months passed and Adeline's double life strained. She dated a boy from high school to quell rumors, but his kisses felt empty, mechanical. "What's wrong?" he asked after a failed makeout session. "Nothing," she lied, hating herself more. Inner thoughts tormented. "This is proof. You're straight." Haley was a fluke. But dreams betrayed her, vivid scenes of Haley's embrace waking her in sweat. Finally, she bought a bus ticket to Seattle, heart-hammering. Telling her parents it was a skate competition, she fled. Haley waited at the station, arms open. The reunion was electric, hugs turning to lingering touches, conversations delving into futures intertwined. "I think I'm falling for you," Haley confessed over coffee. Adeline's breath caught. "Me too." But the lie's shadow loomed. Should she confess now, risk everything? Living with Haley in her tiny apartment, Adeline tasted freedom. They skated parks by day, shared stories by night. Haley introduced her to queer circles, support groups, pride events. Adeline absorbed it all, her confusion morphing into clarity. Kisses came naturally, passion without pretense. Yet guilt festered. Haley trusted her implicitly, sharing vulnerabilities, past heartbreaks from closeted partners. "I can't handle lies," she'd said. Adeline's stomach churned. A job at a skate shop grounded her, but calls home grew tense. "When are you coming back?" her mother pleaded. "Soon," Adeline evaded. The web tightened when her father discovered the college transfer via mail. A furious call. "What the hell is going on?" She downplayed, but he demanded truth. "Are you involved with someone?" The pause damned her. In Seattle, tensions mounted. Haley pushed for commitment, meeting friends as girlfriends. Adeline hesitated, fearing exposure. One night after a fight, Haley stormed out. Alone, Adeline confronted her reflection. "Who are you hurting more? Them or yourself?" The answer crystallized. She was gay, the lie merely a catalyst. But revelation meant destruction. Returning home for Thanksgiving, the confrontation erupted. Her parents found photos on her phone. Innocent snaps with Haley. "Explain this," her father roared. Adeline's voice trembled. "I'm in love with her." Silence shattered into chaos. Her mother wept. "How could you?" Her father banished her. "Not under my roof." The pain cut deep, years of love conditional on conformity. Back in Seattle, Haley welcomed her, but Adeline's silence on the origin of their meeting gnawed. "Something's off," Haley sensed. Adeline brushed it off, burying deeper. The price of truth loomed larger. Lose Haley or live the lie forever. Years ticked by, the lie buried under layers of life built together. Adeline and Haley moved in permanently, their relationship a beacon in Seattle's progressive scene. Adeline pursued graphic design, channeling skate culture into art, while Haley coached young queer athletes. Outwardly they thrived. Anniversaries celebrated, friends envious of their bond. But inside Adeline, the deception festered like an untreated wound. Flashbacks haunted her. The camp application, checking the lesbian box with a smirk. Now that smirk mocked her. Was her love for Haley authentic, or born from guilt-ridden immersion? Therapy sessions helped unpack societal pressures, but the origin story remained locked away. "You're overthinking," the therapist said. But Adeline knew better. The foundation was cracked. Family ties frayed further. Her parents' calls dwindled to holidays, laced with passive aggression. "We pray for you," her mother whispered once, igniting rage. Adeline's inner voice screamed, "Pray for what? My happiness." She cut contact, the void aching. Siblings distanced, fearing association. Isolation bred resentment toward her parents' bigotry, society's norms, but mostly herself for the initial lie. Haley noticed the moods. "Talk to me," she'd urge. Adeline deflected with half-truths, fearing judgment. One evening over wine, Haley shared her own regrets. "I wish I'd come out sooner, saved myself the pain." Adeline nodded, throat tight. The irony. Haley's authenticity versus her fabrication. A turning point came with Haley's proposal. On a sunset skate along the waterfront, ring in hand, Haley knelt. "Marry me." Tears streamed as Adeline said yes, but doubt whispered no. The engagement amplified everything. Planning meant inviting family or not. Adeline's parents learned via a cousin's social media post. A scathing letter arrived. "This abomination won't be blessed by us." The words seared, fueling Adeline's resolve but deepening the secret's burden. Wedding preparations unearthed old camp friends. At a reunion skate event, someone joked, "Remember when Adeline was questioning?" Laughter ensued, but Haley's brow furrowed. "What do you mean?" Adeline changed the subject, heart pounding. That night alone she weighed options. Confess and risk loss or silence and erode from within. The mouth-wandao duk peaked when Haley suggested adopting. "We'd be great moms." Adeline froze. Bringing a child into a life built on deception? Unthinkable. Her mind raced. What if the kid finds out? What legacy am I leaving? The pressure mounted, manifesting in nightmares. Haley leaving, family disowning, alone forever. Betrayal struck unexpectedly. Digging through old boxes for wedding mementos, Haley found Adeline's camp journal. Entries from day one. "Faking it to make it. Hope no one calls my bluff." Haley's face paled as she read on. Confrontation exploded that night. You lied? About everything. Tears flowed, accusations flying. Was I just part of your experiment? Adeline broke, spilling it all, the desperation for camp, the unexpected feelings, the evolution into truth. It started as a lie, but it's real now. I love you. Haley recoiled. How can I trust that? You've been acting for years. The pain in her eyes mirrored Adeline's soul. Haley left for her friends, leaving Adeline shattered. Days blurred in solitude. Adeline's thoughts spiraled. I deserve this. My choices led here. She reached out to her parents, seeking absolution, but they offered none. You brought this on yourself, her father said. The irony, punished for truth after years of lies. Reconciliation attempts faltered. Haley returned for talks, but trust eroded. I need time, she said, moving out temporarily. Adeline nodded, the emptiness consuming. In therapy, she unpacked layers. Internalized homophobia from upbringing, the ethical quandary of her deception. Was the lie wrong if it led to self-discovery? The therapist posed. Adeline pondered, no easy answer. Months later, a fragile truce. Haley agreed to counseling together. Sessions delved deep. Haley's betrayal trauma, Adeline's identity crisis. Progress inched forward, but scars remained. Adeline volunteered at LGBTQ+ centers, mentoring youth on authenticity's cost. Irony again, teaching what she struggled with. As the wedding approached, postponed once, decisions loomed. Invite family? Forgive the past? Adeline's inner resolve hardened. Own the truth, whatever the price. The wedding day dawned crisp, Seattle's skyline a backdrop to their vows. Adeline stood before the mirror, dress hugging her frame, Haley's ring heavy on her finger. Friends filled the venue, a mix of camp alums and new allies. But absences screamed, her family boycotted, a final rejection. Their loss, Haley whispered, squeezing her hand. Yet Adeline's mind whirred. Is this victory or Pyrrhic? Vows exchanged amid tears and cheers. I choose you, flaws and all, Haley said, eyes locking. Adeline echoed, meaning every word. Reception buzzed with joy, but undercurrents tugged. A toast from a friend referenced camp, where it all began. Haley tensed, Adeline's gut twisted. The lie's ghost lingered unbanished. Post-honeymoon life normalized or tried to. They bought a house, adopted a dog, built routines. But cracks surfaced in arguments. You wouldn't understand real struggle, Haley snapped once, referencing her ejection from home. Adeline bit back. My pain is valid too. Resentment simmered, fueled by unspoken regrets. Adeline's career soared, designing for queer brands, her story inspiring panels. She spoke vaguely of discovery, omitting the lie. Audiences applauded, but imposter syndrome gnawed. Am I a fraud still? Her thoughts questioned. Family reconciliation tempted. A sibling's wedding invitation arrived, conditional. Come alone. Adeline declined solidarity with Haley, but loneliness crept. Holidays alone, traditions lost. Her mother's voicemail. We miss the old you. The old her, straight, compliant. Anger flared. She never existed. A major conflict arose with Haley's family. Supportive but probing, they asked about Adeline's coming out. Lies compounded as she fabricated details. Haley covered, but tension built. We can't keep this up, she warned. Adeline agreed, but fear paralyzed. The ultimate betrayal came from within. Adeline confided in a close friend about the origin lie. Word spread subtly, reaching Haley's ears twisted. Another fight. You told others but not me fully? Trust fractured anew. Haley questioned everything. Was our love ever real? Separation loomed. Haley moved to a hotel, Adeline left reeling. Inner turmoil peaked. My choices destroyed us. But without the lie, would we exist? She sought solace in skating, pushing limits until injury. A broken wrist, metaphor for her life. Healing physically, Adeline delved into self-reflection. Journals filled with pros/cons. Lies benefits, self-discovery, love, versus costs, betrayal, isolation. Ethical debates raged internally. Was deception justifiable for personal growth? Society's role loomed. If acceptance prevailed, would lies be needed? Reunion attempts through letters. Adeline wrote. The lie was wrong, but it unveiled my truth. Forgive me. Haley responded cautiously. Meetings followed, raw and honest. I love you, but trust takes time, Haley admitted. Slowly rebuilding. Couples therapy emphasized communication, boundaries. Adeline reached out to her parents again, this time unapologetic. This is me. Accept or not. Silence initially, then a tentative olive branch, a card. Thinking of you. As years passed, stability returned. They renewed vows privately, acknowledging scars. Adeline mentored at skate camps, advocating authenticity. Irony complete. She now ensured no one faked for entry. But peace was fragile. A documentary on queer athletes featured their story sanitized. Viewers praised, but Adeline wondered. If they knew the full truth, would they judge? The final awakening came during a crisis. Haley's health scare. A minor surgery brought clarity. In the waiting room, Adeline vowed no more secrets. Post-recovery, full disclosure to friends, family. Reactions varied: shock, support, some rejection. But freedom tasted sweet. Their bond strengthened, forged in fire. Yet questions lingered. Was the journey worth the pain? Decades later, Adeline sat on her porch, gray streaking her hair, Haley beside her, hands intertwined. Grandnieces from Haley's side played in the yard, oblivious to the storms weathered. Their story had become legend in queer circles, a tale of love against odds. But the full truth remained private, a shared scar. Retirement brought reflection. Adeline penned a memoir, debating inclusion of the lie. It humanizes, Haley encouraged. Published anonymously at first, it sparked debates. Ethics of deception in oppressive societies. Readers divided, some empathized, others condemned. Family wounds healed unevenly. Her parents, aged and frail, reconciled late. We were wrong, her father admitted on his deathbed. Tears flowed, forgiveness granted but bittersweet. The cost. Lost years, irreparable bonds. Haley's activism flourished, founding scholarships for queer youth. Adeline supported her art-raising funds. Together they spoke at events, emphasizing resilience. But privately, doubts persisted. Did I manipulate fate? Adeline whispered one night. Haley squeezed her hand. We chose each other. That's real. A young mentee approached Adeline. I'm scared to come out. Echoes of her past. She advised honesty, knowing the hypocrisy. The girl's story mirrored, faking for opportunities. Adeline shared her tale fully, watching shock turn to understanding. It worked out, the girl said. But at what price? Adeline replied. As life waned, Adeline pondered legacies. Their love endured, but shadows of betrayal lingered. Friends asked. Regrets? She smiled faintly. Many, but not us. In quiet moments, inner peace eluded. The lie's ripple effects. Strained friendships, self-doubt, societal scrutiny. Yet it catalyzed awakening. Moral ambiguity defined her narrative. Was wrong right if outcomes positive? Haley passed first, peacefully in sleep. Adeline's world dimmed, grief unleashing floods. At the funeral, eulogies praised their epic love. Alone afterward, Adeline revisited journals, tracing the path from lie to truth. Her final act. Donating to causes combating discrimination, hoping future generations need no deceptions. As she faded, thoughts circled. Was it all worth it? The story ends, but the question remains. Is a lie ever justifiable if it leads to personal truth and love, or does the deception inherently corrupt the outcome? Adeline's later years were a tapestry of quiet victories and lingering echoes. After Haley's passing, she moved to a coastal cottage in Oregon. The ocean's roar a constant companion to her solitude. Mornings brought walks along the beach, skateboard long retired but memories vivid. She volunteered at local LGBTQ+ centers, sharing stories with wide-eyed youth. Love is messy, she'd say, voice cracking, but worth every scar. The memoir's full edition, with the lie revealed, ignited firestorms online. Forums buzzed. Hero or hypocrite? Supporters argued necessity in hostile environments. Critics decried erosion of community trust. Adeline read comments heart-heavy. They don't understand the gray, she thought. Her own gray areas haunted, choices that hurt Haley alienated family. Siblings reconnected sporadically. A niece, now out herself, visited. Your story gave me courage, she said. Adeline hugged her, tears mingling. but regrets surfaced. If I'd been honest sooner. The niece shrugged. You paved the way. Health declined but spirit endured. Friends rallied, sharing laughs over old photos. Camp days featured prominently. Haley's grin eternal. She changed me, Adeline confided. The lie's inception replayed. Desperation for belonging. Was it selfish? Yes. Necessary. Perhaps. In hospice, visions blurred past and present. Haley appeared in dreams, forgiving. We made it. Waking, Adeline smiled through pain. Her final words to visitors. Question everything but love fiercely. The estate funded scholarships inscribed. For those finding their truth. Impact rippled, lives touched, debates sparked. Yet the core quandary persisted, echoing in her last breath. The ethics of deception for self-realization. Is a lie ever justifiable if it leads to personal truth and love? Or does the deception inherently corrupt the outcome?